Sorry about that, guys. We all of a sudden just kind of dropped and then we came back. So, again, good signal report on this. That made it good. And we will, continue on. I want to say hi to VK Radio Ham. Welcome. He says, I do love the 991A, but don't own one. That should change very soon. You know what? This is the one I hate to sell. I really do. Because it's just easy to use. It's fun to use. Steve Austin, my mate in Liverpool, is here. Hello, mate. Mike 7, Bravo, Yankee, Foxtrot. It's always my pleasure, Steve. Sorry about the stream. Little hiccup there. Let's take a look. We're now on HF. This is an area that I was very concerned that Yaesu dropped the ball because there's just so much you could put into radio at so much money. We're talking about a radio that's about $1,200 new, but it really does the job. Let's take a look at the HF side of it. There's Hurricane Ida. That's not it, but here it is. Hang on a second. Let me get you back to the rig. There you go. All right. So this is on 20 meters. I already hear a signal with it. And there's another one right there. Now, see, you can't touch the signal. There's no way to touch it. You're going to have to move over to it. And notice also that our 4 buttons down below changed as well. We don't have squelch anymore. We now have DNR, RF power, contour, and our amp. Okay, so I was trying to key the amp at IPO, just IPO. Let's move over to this other signal to the right. Okay, so what we're going to do when he comes back, because this is a strong signal, obviously, we're going to pull the DNR in and we'll listen. And again, we change it. All we do to activate it is press DNR and spin this. Let's see, not heavy-handed, not watery. Sounds pretty good. The DNR stays good. And the other thing, too, is that notice, like, unlike the FTX10, if you don't hurry and get to the button, you're not going to miss it. Okay? That's one of the nice things about this radio. So you can find another signal real quick. The VFO is light on it. You don't have to have it heavy-handed. Here's another signal. Okay, let's change band again. And let's go to 17, see if anybody's up there.
And I've been thinking about putting something
DNR?
And test it out here a weekend or so from now. All right, I'll let you go, John. Good to meet you for the first time. Hope to hear you again.
I haven't tuned it.
Have a good time there in the holiday on the Labor Day, and stay safe and listen for you again. W7 Charlie Golf, N4RLD. Good evening to you. Okay, I'm getting another call here, John. Are you going? You mind if I stay on this frequency? Over. Okay, thank you. 73 is to you. And the station calling. This is N4RLD. Go ahead.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Okay, thank you, San Jose. Whiskey Queen 6 Lima, N4RLD. At the moment, you're 5 and 9 into Georgia with some QFB here on the band, though. Over.
Okay, let's tune. I'm going to bring down a little bit. And we're just to tune on this, just hold right here. Okay? And then it'll tune. So let's give him a shot. We'll see if we can reach Georgia, which would be great. I mean, considering, look, this is VHF, UHF in a box, right? And that's too high. I gotta remember where we're at. we're down here. So this is HF, VHF, UHF in a box. It just works like a dream.
Running here, running your kilowatt into a hex beam at about 55 feet. Radio's a Kenwood 890 Sierra. The amp's an old Alpha 76A.
We'll put the contour up just a little bit. And now we're adjusting the contour with the multi-knob. That's how it works. It's basically everything off the menu coming off the multi-knob.
Well, you're sounding good. The 7300s all sound good, over.
Hear that? Hold on. So everything's coming off the multi-knob.
Sounding good. I think I heard another station in there, live calling, but
Here?
You're doing great here on the East Coast this evening, Steve.
So the contour does change the way that the voice sounds coming in. It's a way of adjusting the way you're hearing it. See, it's getting high pitched now. Now listen.
Anytime you hear me, please call.
There you go.
Have a good evening there. 73 to you from Georgia. Whiskey Queen 6 Lima in for RLD.
Let's make this call. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Hearing a station there, very, very light. I think the call. Try again.
Kilowatt 7 Hotel November.
Okay, I'm getting Hotel November. A 7 Hotel November.
Kilo Watt. Kilo 7 Hotel November. King 7 Honolulu, Norway.
Okay, so Kilo 7 Henry, Norway, Kilo 7 Hotel November, over.
QSL, that's correct. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Nice to meet you. November 4 Romeo Lima Delta. You're a 5959 into Independence, Oregon. QSL?
59 into Independence, Oregon. Okay, you're 33, 3x3 into Moreland, Georgia. Name is Rick, over.
QSL Rich, it's an honor to meet you. You're right now on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. We're streaming to the world in 3 continents, covering the Yaesu FT991A. So it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I'll make sure and send you a copy of the show to your QRZ email.
Okay, and how much power are you running there in your antenna?
We're running 100 watts right now off the DX Commander Classic antenna. QSL?
100 watts and an isotropic antenna, is that correct?
No, using the DX Commander Classic, my friend.
Okay, I think you said DX300 Classic.
No, negative. DX Commander. It's called a DX Commander Classic vertical antenna running about 30 feet. Over?
Okay, DX Commander Classic vertical antenna. I got you that time. What's your name again?
Yeah, my name is Larry, Lima Alpha Romeo Yankee, and it's really an honor to meet you, Moreland. Thanks for taking the time to pick up my call. I know there's a lot of QSY in there, or QSB, I mean.
Okay, thank you, Larry. No, you're solid, and that report is a true report. I don't have my preamp on. Let me turn on the 2 preamps here on the radio and see if I can pull you in any better, over.
All right, QSL, you're 5'9 plus 10, 5'9 plus 10 here into Oregon.
Okay, with my preamps all on and the ears as big as they can get, you're 5 and 5 now, over.
You know, I'll take a 5.5, my friend. Thank you for the signal report. That's very, very kind. I'll send you a copy of the show. I appreciate so much your kindness and taking the time to say hello. I'll give you 73 from Oregon. I'll wish you the very best, and I'll wish the very best to your family here. November 4, Romeo Lima Delta, Kilo 7, Hotel November. God bless you and your family. Stay safe, and all the best to you.
Larry, thank you. Kilo 7, Hotel November, Independence, Oregon, N4RLD. Thank you very much for the contact. 73s to you, and good evening from Georgia, over.
QSL, thank you. Good evening to you too. I'll log you and send you a copy of the show. 73, my friend. Kilo 7, Hotel November, QRT.
73s, and with the preamps, you're hitting 5 and 7 that time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh.
On that one, Larry. 73, so you look forward to the email. Kilo 7, Hotel November. November 4, Romeo Lima Delta.
There you go. There you go. Now, just to give you an idea, okay, now we did have preamp 2 on for that one, so we had preamp 2. But the point is, that is the 991 Alpha. It really is. This is a radio that will work you HF, VHF, UHF. There are a ton of videos out there showing you how to set the quick memory bank, showing you set 99 memory channels, showing you how everything works. But that is exactly how the thing works. It works every time like that. And I love that radio. If it wasn't for looking to change out radios here, I'd keep it. I really would. That's the one I hate to sell because it just works brilliantly. That's all the way to Georgia. That's roughly 2,500 miles from me over land, 100 watts with that radio. And really, you can tell there's no RF problem, there's no HF problem with the HF, VHF, UHF in there. It made a call on VHF quickly. It made a call on HF quickly. And that's just what it does. It'll work all day, all night long like that. And the beautiful part, if you get that radio with something like, say, a Bio-NO, let's say it's 1228, and, you can use that thing at 50 watts for about 8 hours. If you're running around 100, you're probably get close to 4, maybe 5 out of it. But it works like a dream. It really does. That radio is, I think, one of Yaesu's best. I really do. For the money, it's the best bang on the market because it gives you everything in a box, VHF, UHF, HF. It does it with the power you need to make the calls. It does it with good DSP, and it does it for under $1,200. I know the ICOM makes a 7100. I get it, but the 7100 doesn't have a color touchscreen, and it doesn't have 2 other things that this one does have that are really special. Now, the problem is I don't have a repeater nearby to show you what this is about. And there's plenty of YouTube videos about it, okay? This is some of the stuff it'll do, okay? You can go into different things. Like, for example, this has a program into it. ICOM has D-Star, right? And Yaesu has Wires X. Okay, this has Wires X on it. Wires X goes into, it's kind of like going over the internet and talk to people all over the world. So let's say, for example, you want to talk to somebody in Spain or or maybe, I don't know, in the Azores. It could be like, where Mike's at. You simply will go through the signals. For example, here's 18128. If I wanted to program that in channel 1 and keep it there, I'm just going to hold that thing in place. Going to remember that's channel 1. We're good. Okay, we're good. 18128. The beautiful part is that Wires X, if I had a repeater near me that could use it, and I don't have a hotspot, you can talk to people in different rooms. Okay, and everything you need is in the menus. Everything. I mean, I know it's hard to see through here. I know these are difficult because it's small, but you get parametric with this, okay? You can adjust your contour level. So your contour may not be quite as heavy-handed. You can also adjust its width. That makes it sound either a little bit flatter in your contour, like if you want the low end and you want it to draw out a little farther, you can do that by just adjusting the width. Same thing with the notch. If the notch filter is a little too narrow for you, you can make it wider. Now to do that, you press select and then you adjust it. Right now it's wide, narrow. Okay, you have 2 choices. So that's a really nice feature of this radio, okay? The spread spectrum color, okay? You can change it for different colors. Same with the waterfall. It is truly amazing. And then when you hit a 119, you're in the parametric EQ settings, all right? And this is really a place where it's going to be personal to your voice. It is. However your voice is going to sound is good, but let me help you with parametric, with the parametric mystery. That's what I call it, the parametric mystery. The first part, your EQ1, okay, that's your low end. If you want rich sounding, if you want rich sounding audio, you're going to like a higher setting in EQ. Okay. Your EQ frequency. Okay. That's first. Okay. So we're going to go up to EQ1 frequency, hit select, right. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Okay. So we're going to go up to, we're going to go up one. So we're going to go up to EQ frequency, put select. Right now it's off. Okay. So we go to 100. And see how it goes up. It's going to end at 7 because this is the low end of the frequency. Okay. Your voice is heard best right about 1.5 kilohertz. That's it. 1500 hertz. So I would run this low. Okay. I would not use much of this. I would either be at 0, meaning it's off, or 100 and leave it there. Okay. Going down to, then you just hit enter, go to the next one. Parametric EQ level is 5. Okay. You might not want to go up to that much of a width, of a strength. You don't want to go that wide, so you go to 2, so your Q isn't as high. Now you've got your parametric bandwidth. Okay, it's at 10. Excuse me, go back. So we're going to go down here, and we're at parametric bandwidth. Okay, we're at 10. I don't want it that big. I really don't. I'd go to maybe a 1 or a 2. I wouldn't go any higher than that because we're talking low end. Enter. Now, here's the key. When you're in 2, because that's mid-range, that's where the beauty of your voice is going to sound. So, yeah, I would use it there. And now notice it goes up higher, right? It goes up to 1,500. Here, I'd probably be somewhere around 1,100, maybe 1,000, right? Enter, then go to EQ2. Okay, this is again, you're just saying the level of it. Okay, I would punch on the mid-range because if you want DX, punch on the mid-range. On bandwidth here, I still wouldn't go too big. I'd probably leave it at a 5. Now you're on the high end. When you go to EQ3, you're talking about the treble part of your voice. Okay, the settings from the factory are off, 5, and then a bandwidth of 10. Okay, on the high end, just to show you, just for example, on the high end, your EQ frequency, okay, starts at 15 and it's going to go all the way up to 3,200 hertz. You can't really use anything more than 2,500. In fact, I wouldn't even go more than 24. This is the end of the bandwidth. Okay, so I would probably end at 23 or 24. We're going to end at 23. Okay, we're going to go down now. EQ level. This is again the level of that. We don't want really shrill voice, so we're going to keep that down low. We'll go to 1. Your bandwidth, okay, bandwidth again goes up to 10 or goes to 1. Okay, let's not keep it high. We'll go to 2. We want just a little push. Now notice what we have. We have a P parametric EQ1. That's if you're using processor. Okay, so now if you're using the processor, okay, now you're going to be adjusting the parametric with punch. That's the best way to describe it. Okay. And so if your processor's on, your parametric can change. That's one of the beauties about the FT991. It has that built into it. Similar to the 1200 had it as well. Okay. 3000 had it as well. Okay. 5000 has that. The 10 has it. The 101Ds have it. The 101MPs have it. This little 991 has it too. So if you're using processing, you can also get the parametric to go. There's a lot of power in this transceiver, a ton of it. And the thing that I think most people overlook is that this has the ability to truly do amazing things on HF. HF is fantastic on this rig. I think the one thing that blew me away was the calls I had made on HF were so far away with it, and I could hear the person really well. Okay, like here, number 5, my call indication. Okay, if I want to change that and enter something in, I can do that. Okay, and when it comes on, it's going to be on for up to 5 seconds. If I want to see my call, it'll do that. Okay, my home function. Okay, my call indication, all of that, the colors. It's simple to use. It really is. And most of the time, it's going to show you exactly what it does. You necessarily don't need to worry about reading a ton of the material and the instructions to make calls with this radio. You just won't. This radio is pretty intuitive to work with you. I always recommend using the instructions. I always do. But here's what Yaesu rigs do. And this is from using a ton of them. They typically have microphones that have up and down buttons so they can scan frequencies. Okay. They typically will have a switch on the back. The FTDX 10 doesn't. Okay. The 991A does. Okay. The FTDX 5000 does. Okay. Those radios have the EQ switch on the back of the mic. And that's simply to make your voice have a little bit more bass and punch or sound more natural. Okay, that's it. And there's no wrong way to do it. Value in class. For years, I think for the last few years, since the 7600 came out and came down to under $1,000, most people believe that's the best buy there is in amateur radio. I firmly believe that the 991A is at least that good, if not better. And the reason for it is for $200 more, you're now getting VHF and UHF. And you're getting 100 watts out on a color screen. And sure, it's not a touch screen, okay? But it'll work. And the signal reports you're going to get are going to be dynamite. Look at the two we just got. That radio is one of Yaesu's best radios for the money. It's one of the best radios in the market. Yaesu 991 Alpha, Wires X, C4FM. C4FM is more a pure form of FM than FM is. Best way to describe it. Wires X is a way that you go through the internet in some way, whether it be through a repeater or through a hotspot in your home, to talk with people in various rooms or nodes that you can make contact with and talk with. And there's no static. There's no interference. There's simply the two of you talking. Sounds like a conversation over a phone. It's brilliant fidelity. This radio has it. This radio will work you 35 watts UHF, 50 watts VHF. So 35 UHF, 50 HF, 100, excuse me, I did it again. Gosh, that sounds stupid. I'm sorry. This is the second show I've done, and I've almost gone 3 hours now, so bear with me. It will do 35 watts of UHF. It will do 50 watts of VHF, and it will do 100 watts of HF. And if you set it up right with the processing, you're going to get out like a radio that's got more than 100 watts. Yaesu FT991A. I think one of the best transceivers for the money that there is in the market today. All right, let's take a look finally at your last comments. My brother Bob, it's an honor to see you, brother. It really is. I hope you feel okay today. I know the cancer is tough on you, and I know chemo was really hard yesterday. I love you, and I'm very proud of you for fighting as you are. I'm going to leave you with this. There are many radios in this world, and there are many antennas, and there are many amplifiers. You have to find the one you like. And there's nothing wrong with the one you like. Just don't let somebody else make you feel bad because you bought it or because you chose it. Make the most out of what you have and enjoy it and be happy with it. But learn what it does, because you could be missing something so important that radio can do that could really make you shine at it. But the number one thing I will always share with you from beginning to end is make sure you have a great antenna. Buy a cheap dang radio. Buy a $300 or $400 radio, but buy a $3,000 antenna. Buy a $2,000 antenna, because if you're going to make calls, you're going to make great calls because of a great antenna. You won't make it because of a great radio on a bad antenna. And good antennas are going to cost you money. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. My very best to you and your family, wherever you may be. It's an honor to reach the Azores today, an honor to reach the people in the UK, here in North America, and everywhere else. We're going to leave you today with the Radio Society of Great Britain. If you'd like to get in amateur radio, hit the contact us bar at www.rsgb.org. They're great mates, and they will light you up with a ham radio licensee who can help you get licensed and on the air. Until next time, my name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. It is my honor to do this show, and I thank you for watching Ham Radio Live.
At this time, KHJ-TV ends its broadcast day. KHJ-TV Los Angeles is owned and operated by RKO General Incorporated, with studios located at 5515 Melrose Avenue in Hollywood. Transmitter located atop Mount Wilson. KHJ-TV operates on Channel 9 by authority of the Federal Communications Commission in Washington, D.C. Throughout the broadcast day, some of the programs on Channel 9 are reproduced by means of film and videotape.
Oh, beautiful, our heroes proved in liberating strife. Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and every gain divine. And you know, when I was in school, we used to sing it something like this. Listen here. Oh, beautiful, far spacious skies, far amber waves of grain, far purple mountain majesties, over the fruited plain. But now wait a minute, I'm talking about America, sweet America. You know, God done shed his grace on thee. He crowned thy good. Yes, he did. Heavy brotherhood from sea to shining sea. You know, I wish I had somebody to help me sing this. America, I love you, America. You see, my God, he done shed his grace on thee. And you ought to love him for it, 'cause he crowned thy good. He told me he would. Every brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, Lord, I thank you, Lord.
Now remember, when things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean.